Hi, it's Danielle. This is my perfume journal where I document my love of perfume. We are at the tail end of July, so it is time for this month's Perfume Collecting for Regular People, the tongue-in-cheek series where I break down my perfume hobby by dollars and cents each month. I say tongue-in-cheek because the truth is, I pass zero judgment on anybody's perfume collecting or spending habits. Whether someone wants to spend $50, $500, or $5,000 a month on perfume, I'm going to cheer you on if it makes you happy, as long as you're not going into any kind of major financial debt. It's not worth it. I am just sharing what works for me, a dyed-in-the-wool perfume enthusiast of 40 plus years who enjoys what is a very expensive hobby on a fairly moderate budget. So most of you know that my goal for the second half of 2026 is fewer bottles, more exploration, more samples, more decants, more travels. We are planning a major move. We are downsizing our home and we are reducing what we plan to take with us to the bare minimum number of boxes. Now remember this because I said fewer bottles, not no bottles. So I'm going to call July a success because I only added one bottle of perfume to my collection this month, and it's actually a backup. My second backup bottle in the history of ever, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this one again. And it is one of only a few discontinued perfumes that I never ever want to be without, and it is Stash by Sarah Jessica Parker. I have talked about this perfume ad nauseum on my channel. It is my favorite woody perfume of all time. It is the bargain of the century. It is a perfume of exceptional quality at an incredible price. Stash basically smells like a bougie bonfire. The woods are deep and rich and unusual. Masoya wood is the hero note here. The smokiness of the perfume is never, ever overpowering. It is just right. The woodiness is just a little bit sweet. It is aromatic. It is nutty. It is spicy. It is all I could ever want in a woody perfume. And one thing I am quite curious about is if Sarah Jessica Parker is going to resurrect this one. Her brand has undergone a little bit of a revival lately with a really active social media presence featuring our favorite square peg herself. And so, even though this isn't what I would call a mass appealing fragrance, it is beloved. Dare I even say revered in the fragrance community. So, it would cause a massive ripple effect if all of a sudden they announced that it was making a comeback. That is not guaranteed. So I'm very happy to have a backup bottle of it to tide me over until the day that I will mourn its very last drop. Then I also picked up this adorable little mini of Hermes's Twilly Eau Ginger. And Alexi, I'm looking at you with this one. If you guys are not watching Alexi's channel, I highly recommend you make your way over to him. He is so smart, funny, insightful, thoughtful, witty. We recently connected over a shared love of the cuteness factor of travels and minis. And when it comes to things that I want to look at on the internet, it's like perfume minis, cats, dogs, wildlife cameras, and like rug cleaning videos. Alternatively, things I do not want to look at are AI generated videos of like sliced fruits and beds and celebrities walking side by side with their younger selves. I do not want to watch any of that AI generated slop. It is horrible, but I digress. So, Twilly Eau Ginger is one of those perfumes I never really felt like I needed a whole bottle of, but a little 7 ml mini, yes, please. I am going to get plenty of use out of this. The original Twilly is a perfume I haven't really connected with, even though it's everything I love. It's ginger, tuberose, and sandalwood. And this Twilly shouldn't be the one that I prefer because it's ginger, peony, and cedar. Peony and cedar are not my favorite floral or woody notes, but there is something about this perfume that is just so happy and uplifting to me. The ginger in it just sings. It is light and sparkly, and so I tip my little bowler hat to Christine Nagel for this particular composition. And thanks to some wonderful perfume pals, I am now the proud parent of Quadruplets, 4 decants, all exceptional perfumes that I've talked about on my channel before. Thank you to the Jills for topping me up on Botanique Expressions Meraki, which is a juicy, sweet, fruituli that features strawberry and blackcurrant and a gorgeous creamy fig note. Le Couvance Aqua Amantia, created by the genius Jean-Claude Ellena. This is a tart grapefruit and rhubarb perfume that is softened up with a little bit of ambrette and Jean-Claude's signature watercolor brush. I have a little decant now of the stunning Violette Valinka from Hermes. This is a very simple, elegant combination of a perfect pastel violet and a soft brushed Valinka leather. And now I have a decant of Gucci Guilty Love Edition, a perfume I recently talked about in one of my sample videos. This is Gucci's take on a lilac flanker of the very popular Guilty line. This is lilac, patchouli, amber, and musk. And in this perfume, instead of the deeper, heavier notes overpowering the lilac, they actually allow us to see, or maybe I should say smell lilac in a different way. It makes this lilac perfect for seasons other than spring. So thank you to the Jills for topping me up on some really awesome decants. And finally, I added a whopping 18 samples this month. I purchased 11 of them myself. 7 of them were for the Minty Fresh July Sniff Along, and then 4 more that I was just itching to try. And the rest of them came from my perfume twin, Jill, who is always sending me new exciting things to try, and I'm so grateful to her for that. So I also decluttered some things this month. I gave away or swapped with friends and family bottles and decants and a bunch of samples that I didn't even count. So that brings us now to the dollars and cents of the month of July. I say this at the beginning of this part of every one of the videos in this series, so bear with me. I think it's important to remember it every single month. My budget for my perfume hobby is $150 a month maximum. And I recognize that this is a privilege. There was a time in my life, and I know that this is the case for lots of other people, where having any fun money or any extra money to spend at all is not a thing. And so there isn't a month that goes by that I don't have gratitude in my heart to have a little bit of extra money to spend on a hobby as frivolous and fun as perfume. Okay, so first, the purchases of the month. I spent $64.65 at a discounter site on the backup bottle of Stash, the Twilly Mini, and a few other samples. I spent $48.63 at Lucky Scent on samples for the Sniff Long, plus the extras I got to satisfy my curiosity. And then I spent $34.87 on postage, bringing the grand total for July just under budget at $148.15. So this month I did manage to stay under budget by just a couple of bucks. And I will say I am continuing to love on my perfume hobby this year, even as I transition to exploring and sampling in place of adding a bunch of bottles to my collection just for the fun of it. Decluttering is actually so freeing. The reality of having no ties to any material possessions is better than I expected it to be, even if the process itself is overwhelming at times. And I just have to give a shout out to my friend Em, who helped me attack this monumental task by saying just 5 things at a time, just tackle 5 things at a time. And that one statement made this whole process seem so much less daunting. It is easy to move 5 things to a declutter pile, whether you're going to donate it, sell it, or throw it away. Then you can step away and return to it again. And that is so much more doable than standing in front of almost everything you own and think you have to sort through it like all at once. So I have to say a big thank you to Em for that wise piece of advice. It has been a really huge help to me. So that is July. I would love to know if you have added anything to your collection this month that you're really loving. While I am decluttering, I will be living vicariously through all of your collections. So please share with me what you have going on, because I would really love to hear about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time here with me. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed and you would like to, that would be so cool. And thanks so much for chatting perfumes with me in the comments. I hope you have a really great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.